What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the BrewLab with me, Lone Fox, your Brewmaster-in-Chief. And tonight, in the BrewLab, I'm coming at you from Bali, Indonesia. I've finally made it to my final resting place. This is my house. Different background, as you can see behind me. Took me a few days of jet lag, travel, and things to get here. And then when I landed, my laptop was acting up, so I had to send it into the PC repair guy, and he gave me well, I mean, I could have probably done it by myself, but I'm a little bit lazy, so I just had my guy do a full Windows factory reset. I put in an additional 16 gigs of RAM, so I've got like a fresh slate. The computer's feeling fantastic now, and however, unfortunately, that also led to me having to reinstall OBS and Arena and everything, so all my settings, I just spent the last hour or so fine-tuning my microphone, my camera, everything. So please, guys, let me know in the comments down below if there's any like weird sounds that you're hearing, anything wrong with the audio video quality, and just please bear with me while I sort of fine-tune my OBS again to the way I like it. But for now, I've been doing some test recordings and it's sounding good to me. So again, just please let me know. But yeah, now that I'm back, and it feels so good to be back, and without further ado, let's jump into tonight's brew. Simply called All Will Be One. Mono red, All Will Be One. And it's a kind of slightly different take on a brew that we've played already. Kind of a big red with Koth, but going about it a little bit differently. I'm kind of fusing together the big red deck and the oil counters deck with Urabrask's Forge that I already put up on the channel. Absolutely loving that one. I still use it regularly to play some games on the ladder. But we've slipped in an important key new card, which is the namesake of the brew, All Will Be One. 5 mana enchantment. I've got 3 copies. We may go up to a 4th because this is just such a freaking cool card. Basically, whenever you put one or more counters on any permanent or player, All Will Be One deals that much damage to essentially any target. Opponent, creature, opponent controls, planeswalker, and opponent control. So essentially any target, right? So what does it mean by that whenever you put one or more counters? Well, for example, even just playing a bank buster, it enters the battlefield with 3 charge counters on it. If you have All Will Be One in play, that's 3 damage to any target. See where we're going with this? You play your Koth. Koth has 4 loyalty counters on it. If you've got All Will Be One in play, it's 4 damage to any target. Then you +2 your Koth, it's another 2 loyalty counters. Just playing your Koth with All Will Be One in play is 6 damage to face if you want it to go that way. It's ridiculous, which is why we also don't need to run like 5 damage removal spells like Rending Flame, and there's another new one in the set that has like Equipment Affinity or whatever to deal with things like Sheoldred, because we can often just kill Sheoldred with, just playing a Koth if you have All Will Be One in play. So, incredibly fun new card. And the number of shenanigans that I've cooked into this particular brew that synergize with it are many. So I'm just going to take it from the top. We've got a full playset of the Churning Reservoir, which puts an oil counter on a non-token artifact or creature you control at the beginning of every upkeep. So again, if you've got All Will Be One in play, I won't repeat this for every single card. You get where I'm going. Like every upkeep, boom, 1 damage, 1 damage. Of course, we're going to be putting these oil counters on the Urabrask's Forge. That is the best target for it. I'm thinking even of cutting like 1 Bankbuster and putting in more of these. But again, as always, I make some BrewLabifications on the fly, so just bear with me while we play a few test matches with this version. So far, let me just... I'm undefeated. I just, before I hit record, I went 5-0. So far, really, really good. But again, we may make some little adjustments when it comes to the removal that I have picked for the deck, and I'm still struggling a little bit with the numbers of these 3 artifacts here that should go in the deck. But so far, so good, like I said. So, the main place we're going to be putting these oil counters is on our Urabrask's Forge, which also then puts 1 on itself at the beginning of every combat. So, I mean, even if you just had these 2 cards and All Will Be One in play, it's like 1 damage at the upkeep, another 1 damage, and then you swing in with the thing amazing, you know, with your Phyrexian Horror token, which gets bigger and bigger every turn and has trample. Absolutely in love with Urabrask's Forge. It's definitely one of my favorite cards from the set. Then we've got, oh, and don't forget that you can also just pay 2 colorless, tap it, and create a 1/1 red Phyrexian Goblin creature token. This only can be activated if you've removed a permanent, removed an all counter from a permanent. So there'll be things like, you know, the Monumental Facade, that you remove an oil counter from it and put it somewhere else. That will mean you can trigger the Churning Reservoir, but it's also if a permanent with all counters on it ends up in the graveyard this turn. So, you know, maybe your Urabrask Forge gets killed, you can just make a little goblin chump blocker guy. It's rarely used, but it's there, so just keep it in mind. Then we've got some removal. I'll just quickly go through it. We've got 2 copies of Strangle for some 3 mana, for some 3 damage cheap removal. Creature or Planeswalker, unfortunately it's sorcery speed, but they would never make a 1 mana 3 damage spell at instant speed anymore, I don't think. So it's totally, you know, fair magic card, but nice to have that like little bit extra damage in the early game if necessary. And you got 2 Abrades to deal with the many artifacts that are in the format right now, but it can also deal with a slightly smaller creature. We've got 2 Obliterating Bolts, get some little exile action going on, and we've also got a full playset of Volt Charge, which does 3 damage to any target and proliferates. So now I will get back to the rest of the deck, but while we're on the topic of removal and we're talking about Voltage Charge, let me just say that when this card gets cast and you have, you know, you have a Koth in play, you have an Urabrask Forge in play, you have a Bankbuster in play, you may have cast a Shivan Devastator and it has a few counters on it. You may have you know, played a Bloodthirsty Adversary for 5 mana and paid the additional 3 and it enters with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. So you know, you may have a Monumental Facade, all of these things that have various different types of counters on them. You just Volt Charge the opponent, go 3 damage to the face, proliferate. All of those things get an additional counter. You get a trigger for each one of those with your All Will Be One. It's just like a Gatling gun. In testing, it has just been phenomenal, these 2 cards together, as long as, of course, you have things that can, you know, benefit from the proliferate. But okay, done with the removal. Let's jump back into the deck. We've got 2 copies of Shivan Devastator as like a fireball. Top deck this in the late game, cast it for 7 mana with an All Will Be One in play. Enters the battlefield with 6 +1/+1 counters on it, does 6 damage to face, and then you're also swinging in with a 6/6 flyer with haste. It just ends games out of nowhere, so I think even may want to go up to a 3rd copy. The Bloodthirsty Adversary, like I just mentioned, you know, if you pay the additional 3, you can have it enter the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. That will trigger the All Will Be One. Reckon a Bankbuster, enters the battlefield with 3 counters on it, triggers the All Will Be One. We've got a Tablet of Completion, which can draw cards. This is where I'm undecided between these 2. It just feels quite a bit slower. But if you've got Churning Reservoir and you put those oil counters onto the tablet, you can get it to the point where it starts to become a good card quite quickly, because you need to have 5 oil counters on it before you can pay 1, tap it, and draw a card. So it can become card draw, but it just feels a bit slow. I'm going to test out later in the gameplay footage, maybe going up to a 2 or a 3 of, and seeing how well it synergizes with the Churning Reservoir and also Monumental Facade, to get those oil counters on it quicker so that we can get to drawing cards quicker. But once it has 2 or more oil counters on it, you can also tap it to add a mana of any color, so it can be a little bit of a mana rock pretty quickly. So not a terrible card. I'm just still undecided whether Bankbuster is just a better thing, also because of the fact that when it enters the battlefield with All Will Be One, you do 3 damage, whereas this enters the battlefield with no oil counters, and then you tap it for 1, do 1 damage with the All Will Be One enchantment. So kind of figuring out which of these is the better option here for card draw and synergy with our main card of the deck. And we've snuck in a sneaky one of Filigree Sylex. I guess I could have mentioned this in the removal category. It is an alternate win con. You can play it, put all counters on it up until the point at which you'd like to have them, and then just sacrifice it and destroy all permanents with mana value equal to those number of oil counters. Or eventually you can just remove 10 oil counters from it and do 10 damage to any target. We saw this in my mono red OTK deck that was also running the red Dominus. Go go and have a look at that video. It was definitely very fun. I don't think we need more copies of this particular card in the deck. Just a sneaky one of as an alternate win con. Then we got Urabrask's Forge, definitely the main card of the deck. Definitely what's been winning me the majority of my games. Every turn, the little Phyrexian Horror just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and the fact that it has Trample, just absolutely amazing. And then a 4 of Koth, just because, what a Planeswalker. I mean, how wrong was I during spoiler season, and everybody else? It just seemed to be terrible, and I think everybody was considering it in the context of the previous standard format. But now there's like this big red deck that runs 4 of Koth. Again, go look at my videos from early access. I went undefeated. It's a really strong deck. I definitely went more into the let's use Koth for ramping, and also things like you know, the Mightstone and the Meekstone to get down things like Skitterbeam Battalion and the Cityscape Leveler. Here I'm just running him because it's an altogether amazing combination with all that we won. As I previously mentioned, 6 damage the turn it enters the battlefield is pretty insane. Again, as long as you have all we want in play as well. The -3 can deal some damage to a creature, but it's the one I use the least. And because it enters with 4 loyalty, +2 you go to 6, then maybe the next turn you Voltage Charge, Proliferate, go to 7, you can get that emblem off pretty quickly. And at that point, you've got another thing alongside your all-1 that does damage to any target, so you can just play, every time you play a mountain, just go face, go face, go face, burn the opponent out really quickly. And that's the deck. As far as the mana base goes, you've got 4 Monumental Facades, which of course are great because you can just play your land with all-1 in play and do 2 damage to any target, enter the battlefield with 2 all counters on it. 1 Sokenzan, and 19 basic mountains. Let's jump into some games. I'm a couple matches away from Diamond, so hopefully we can sneak in for tonight's gameplay footage is done with. I just went 5-0. Let's see if the streamer's curse continues to plague me, or whether we can have a bit of a winning streak here. Would prefer second red source. I think I'm gonna mulligan. Much better. Much better. Okay. Selesnya Toxic, maybe? So, I mean, we get rid of you. Right away. Line up Urabrask's Forge for next turn. These two together are just slowly but surely becoming like just one of my favorite combination of cards from the set. I still haven't had a chance to play with everything, but man, am I having fun with this. Okay. Whatevs. This puts 3 toxic on you. It's pretty scary. Four mana, 4/4 toxic. 3. When it enters the battlefield, you may proliferate. Create a treasure token. Equip 2 gives flying. Meh. Oh, I wish I had another land. Oh well. Gotta get rid of you. Haven't really played with this one yet either. yes. Okay, so 9 damage. I mean, unless he's got removal. We have to play it safe, so put down some blockers. Blocker? Let's get 2 blockers. Let's play it safe, because we would lose next turn. Yeah, he's got removal. There we go. Oh, but now he's got flying. Now he's got flying. He's gonna do another 3, goes to 9. Woo! We win. He's got like a proliferate card. No? I think I'm gonna hit him with the voltage charge here in my... Just go face. I think we've got lethal, so I'll just go full send. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wins in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins in a row. I'm just... You see me looking funny at the corner of my screen, it's because I have my arena assistant overlay showing me my win rate with the deck in ranked. Undefeated so far. Okay, no Streamer's Curse. Didn't feel the need to change the deck yet. But I haven't run into too many Shield Reds. I actually ran into one mono black deck with this on game 2, and I won, but Shield Red was a problem in that one, so... I kinda wanna get my All Will Be One down, though. That's a terrible hand. There we go. There's mono black. I had a feeling it would be you. Okay. All right. Please, one more land. Please, one more land. Like now. Yes, please. However, this color combination runs all kinds of nonsense, like Terra Sunders and whatnot. Okay, we have to get rid of Glissa. And then with this, 1, 2, 3, 4. He's digging for Tamios. Nice. Do you have the okay. Oh, that's scary. That is scary. Okay, that's very disappointing, unfortunately. He's gotta have something to trigger the double fight riggings in his hand. Is this gonna be our first loss of the night? Doesn't have it. Urabrask's Forge would be pretty freaking nice. Speak of the devil. This deck is so fun. Oh my god, I'm loving it. He found a Toxtrol. OMG. But we still win. I think. I mean, unless he top decks like there it is. Good game, mate. That's a game. So disappointing. Oh ho. Oh ho ho. Yeah, we lose. Disgusting deck. Disgusting deck. We had like down to 1. First loss. First loss with the brew. Always feels terrible when you're on a streak like that, especially when you're so close. Double fight rigging into freaking Toxtrol. Ooh, that felt bad. And with all those 1/1s in play, it's this close. This close. Was really looking forward to making one of those clickbaity titles. 100% win rate. Undefeated. Fastest deck to mythic ever. You know me, I'll never do that. Itokiri. Itokiri? Sure. Sure. It's okay. Not amazing. Okay, now it's fantastic. Definitely gonna go for the tablet. What's going on? Hey man, I'll take it. Shieldred, ready? Opponent? Trespasser, huh? Okay. So, I think we can happily You don't have anything to interact with artifacts, so I'm not entirely sure what it is that you're trying to do here. Oh, it's me. I'm lagging. No! Beg your pardon? I could have played a bank buster there. Now, even if he plays the Shelly, we're dead. We're dead. Yeah. Next. It's like the reason why I said during spoilers that red wouldn't be a thing is because of this card. So unfortunately, there's literally no way I can deal with it in this color combination, except for my one of Sylex. So if it hits the board, I just don't know what to do, unfortunately. It's a pity that. Like, Internet's fine. Some server issues, maybe? Okay. My apologies. How can we deal with the Obliterator? I guess in that case I could have attacked, he might have blocked. I could have like sacked not that important things and at least left my Urabrask's Forge. But that card just completely shuts this deck down. Like, pretty much. Admiral Ding Dong. Admiral Ding Dong. This is definitely going to be Obliterator again. I mean, not definitely, but I'm fairly certain. I'm going to draw with the Bank Buster. We got Koth. Okay, so just Golgari modified. Not something you see every day. Stuff it. Well, no obliterators. Why would you play the Quirion second? Is truly beyond my understanding. Let's go fetch a land. Strangle the beast caller. Beast caller number 2. Are you gonna slam my greeters? That's a problem. I mean, are you gonna use your greeters to slam my Koth?
I'm tougher than you.
We can crew the Bankbuster.
Lend me your flame.
If we want. If we want to keep our Koth alive, that is. Okay, no haste.
Retake this land from Phyrexia.
It only gains trample once it has 2 or less oil counters. Okay, won't block. Got him. All right, a little bit of a redeemer there. Of course, I enjoyed the match. I won. So we found, like, I mean, doesn't require an absolute genius to figure it out. The Obliterator is like the enemy of any red deck. I'm thinking of adjusting the numbers of Bankbusters. Let's play one more match as it is. We're 33 minutes in, and then we'll play the final match. We'll play the final match with the couple more copies of the Sylex, in case we run into that kind of thing. That's nice. Do I want to get rid of Kamano? Yeah. still got a bolt for some additional removal. Or whatever he may play next. Poor guy, he's freaking out like crazy. Of course, they may be running Abrade themselves, so let's get in for as much damage as we can, as quickly as possible. That's a immediate victory. Doesn't feel that special when the opponent's bricking like that, but destroying mono red always feels good in this current meta, like that version of mono red. Aggro, burn, whatever permutation he was running, but you know. Let's make those BrewLabifications I mentioned and see if we can't make this a little bit more consistent. So I'm going to cut a Koth, put in a fourth All will be one. So I want to play that every single game. Then I'm going to cut a Bankbuster. And actually, I'm going to cut 2 Bankbusters, and I'm going to go like that. And I'm even thinking of cutting a Reservoir and putting in a Devastator, but no, I really want the Reservoir. Okay, let's cut the Bankbusters entirely and go for 3 Tablets of Completions with the Reservoir. And see if we can draw enough cards to make up for the fact that we lost the Bankbusters. I do also like the fact that you can consistently put a counter on it every turn. So if you do have All will be one in play, Demonize Lucifer. Sure. There's this new Croaky's deck playing the it's the card. It reduces the cost of all of your instants and sorceries. Okay, no. It's probably some sort of reanimated deck. I'm going to keep my Abrade for the inevitable portal to Phyrexia that's about to be discarded right now. Okay. Maybe I was wrong. Could be like a depopulate now. Almost certainly a depopulate now. Ah. Okay. There's the 5th land. Maybe he doesn't have another static net. If he does, we got another copy. I have no idea what's going on at this point. But that's 6 damage going to face right now.
Fists up! Never forget the home we lost.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see if he. I mean, we could. Could be Cityscape Leveler. Oh, yay. Gain 2 life. What a weird deck. Another 4 damage.
We have the high ground.
This is where I'm thinking maybe some things that can go face would be the better call. Okay. Are you removing Koth? Of course you are.
The war rages on.
He's also got another 2 life to gain there. I got a bad feeling there's like a farewell coming my way very soon, unfortunately. Not much I can do about it. Keep forgetting I don't have to click it because there are no other targets. What is this deck? However, if he gets rid of the enchantments, it also gets rid of his... There it is. Baby, baby, you gotta love it when I boo boo doo doo boo 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 doo doo doo. Okay. Now we're relying on the top of the deck, which is never a good place to be in, but was really hoping to draw some of those... what's the card called? The Tablet of Completion. There's 3 of them in the deck. Didn't draw a single one. He'll sack the Power Stone, bring back the Portal. We have what? That really annoys the crap out of me. Let's just pretend we have something in hand. Bluff. A little bit of a bluff. He has no red mana to trigger this with. I just basically need him not to find any life gain or artifact removal or I guess hey guys, 81% win rate. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 games, 2 losses, diamond tier 4. What else can I say? I mean, unfortunately we've run out of time, so I can't actually play with this deck anymore on camera, but I'm having insane amounts of fun with it. The build arounds when it comes to all we won, I'm barely beginning to scratch the surface. Making this into like Boros, I can imagine playing all we won with like, you know, there's that, you know, all the cards that like the dwarf guy that gets a +1/+1 whenever you cast an instant and sorcery, and then playing like things like Angel Fire Ignition. I mean, and there's plenty of other white cards that have, you know, enter the battlefield with +1/+1 counters on them and things. Like I've got some ideas around Boros and all be one. Maybe even Simic. I beg your pardon. is it? There's definitely more that can be done with this card, and I cannot wait to test it out for you guys and show you on the channel. So stay tuned. But that is going to be it for tonight's gameplay footage. I hope you all enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you all the day after tomorrow with yet another fresh brew. And until then, this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab, signing out. Peace, y'all.